Hi, hello everybody. This is Uma from Success Law Classes. This is part 4 of comparative table of IPC and Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita 2023. So let us start. Section 137 of the Indian Penal Code deals with deserter concealed on board merchant vessel through negligence of master, whereas Section 165 of the BNS deals with deserter concealed on board merchant vessel through negligence of master. Section 138 of the IPC deals with abatement of act of insubordination by soldier, soiler or airman, whereas Section 166 of the BNS deals with abatement of act of insubordination by soldier, a soiler or airman. Section 138A of the IPC deals with application of foregoing sections to the Indian Marine Service. Section 139 of the IPC deals with persons subject to certain acts, whereas Section 167 of the BNS deals with persons subject to certain acts. Section 140 of the IPC deals with wearing garb or carrying token used by soldier, soiler or airman, whereas Section 168 of the BNS deals with wearing garb or carrying token used by soldier, soiler or airman. Section 141 of the IPC deals with unlawful assembly, whereas Section 189 of the BNS deals with unlawful assembly. Section 142 of the IPC deals with being member of unlawful assembly, whereas Section 190 of the BNS deals with every member of unlawful assembly guilty of offence committed in prosecution of common object. Section 143 of the IPC deals with punishment for unlawful assembly, whereas Section 189 of the BNS deals with unlawful assembly. Section 144 of the IPC deals with joining unlawful assembly armed with deadly weapons. Section 189 of the BNS deals with unlawful assembly. Section 145 of the IPC deals with joining or continuing in unlawful assembly, knowing it has been commanded to disperse, whereas Section 189 of the BNS deals with unlawful assembly. Section 146 of the IPC deals with rioting, whereas Section 191 of the BNS deals with rioting. Section 147 of the IPC deals with punishment for rioting, whereas Section 191 of the BNS deals with rioting. Section 148 of the IPC deals with rioting armed with deadly weapons, whereas Section 191 deals with rioting. Section 149 of the IPC deals with every member of unlawful assembly guilty of offence committed in prosecution of common object, whereas Section 190 of the BNS deals with every member of unlawful assembly guilty of offence committed in prosecution of common object. Section 150 of the IPC deals with hearing or convening at hearing of persons to join unlawful assembly, whereas Section 189 of the IPC deals with unlawful assembly. Section 151 of the IPC deals with knowingly joining or continuing in assembly of five or more persons after it has been commanded to disperse. Section 189 of the BNS deals with unlawful assembly. Section 152 of the IPC deals with assaulting or obstructing public servant when suppressing right, etc. Section 195 of the BNS deals with assaulting or obstructing public servant when suppressing right, etc. Section 153 of the IPC deals with wantonly giving provocation with intent to cause right. If rioting be committed, if not committed. Section 192 of the BNS deals with wantonly giving provocation with intent to cause no riot, if rioting be committed, if not committed. Section 153A of the IPC deals with promoting enmity between different groups on grounds of religion, race, place of birth, residence, language, etc., and doing acts prejudicial to maintenance of harmony, whereas Section 196 of BNS deals with promoting enmity between different groups on ground of religion, race, place of birth, residence, language, etc., and doing acts prejudicial to maintenance of harmony. Section 153A of IPC deals with punishment for knowingly carrying arms in any procession or organizing or holding or taking part in any mass drill or mass training with arms. Section 153B of the IPC deals with imputations, assertions prejudicial to national integration, whereas Section 197 of BNS deals with imputations, assertions prejudicial to national integration. Section 154 of IPC deals with owner or occupier of land on which an unlawful assembly is held, whereas Section 198 of BNS deals with liability of owner, occupier, etc. of land on which an unlawful assembly or right takes place. Section 155 of IPC deals with liability of person for whose benefit right is committed, whereas Section 193 of BNS deals with liability of owner, occupier, etc. of land on which an unlawful assembly or right takes place. Section 156 of the IPC deals with liability of agent, of owner or occupier for whose benefit right is committed, whereas Section 193 of the BNS deals with liability of owner, occupier, etc. of land on which an unlawful assembly or right takes place. Section 157 of IPC deals with harboring persons had for an unlawful assembly, whereas Section 158 of IPC deals with being heard to take part in an unlawful assembly or right. Section 159 of the IPC deals with affray, whereas Section 194 of the BNS deals with affray. Section 160 of the IPC deals with punishment for committing affray, whereas Section 194 of the BNS deals with affray. Section 161 to 165A were omitted in IPC. Section 166 of the IPC deals with public servant disobeying law with intent to cause injury to any person, whereas Section 198 of the BNS deals with public servant disobeying law with intent to cause injury to any person. Section 166A of the IPC deals with public servant disobeying direction under law, whereas Section 199 of the BNS deals with public servant disobeying direction under law. Section 166B of the IPC deals with punishment for non-treatment of victim, whereas Section 200 of the BNS deals with punishment for non-treatment of victim. Section 167 of the IPC deals with public servant framing an incorrect document with intent to cause injury, whereas Section 201 of the BNS deals with public servant framing an incorrect document with intent to cause injury. Section 168 of the IPC deals with public servant unlawfully engaging in trade, whereas Section 202 of the BNS deals with public servant unlawfully engaging in trade.